All right. So I was looking into retargeting and bones with Mixamo because they have like, a lot of animations. Well, the videos I watched kind of suck. So I was looking at it, and all their videos are like, if you're gonna use Mixamo characters. Now, say if you're not gonna use a Mixamo character, you want to use any character, like pretty much any skin, skeleton, whatever you want to call it, right? Well, they tell you to download the Mixamo plugin for Blender, which is in the description if you need it. Well, you're gonna need it, but if you want to do it this way. And as you look right here, you're looking at my settings, UZ, transfer rotation, no, advanced options, X and Y only. Type in hip name, hips with a capital H, got to be exact name. I'm using the Unreal Engine bone names because that's what I want, and then fix bind, nothing else. What you want to do is set up two folders for this, I'd say. You need an input and an output. You need your input, like where your animation's coming from, and then the output of where it's going. Now, it's going to convert it for me in the sense of just like convert. Boom, converted. Now, there's other videos out there where they show you put the character in Blender and then add the bones yourself. You don't have to do that with the plugin. Now, say if you have that character now that we just created it and it popped it in the out folder, and when you drag it in, you keep everything normal, right? Well, in some cases, they tell you use TO as ref position. When you do that, when you do the root like this with Blender, it will break it. So don't do that. And then say if you didn't do the plugin and then brought it in like this, they would tell you to use this. It doesn't work. So we're going to import all, let it do its importing. Now, once it does this, right, it works just fine because it's working with enable root motion. It's using that skeleton from Mixamo, right? This Mixamo is now compatible with Unreal Engine, but there still is an issue with it. So if we, you know, make it where we do an animation blueprint, we're not going to change nothing yet. And this is just so we can convert it over. Now we're going to select humanoid and it's going to set it for us to what we need to the Unreal Engine character automatically as soon as we do that. If you've done retargeting, you know what I'm talking about. Now, when we transfer it over to duplication, set it to my main character, or whatever, you notice that your character ain't here on the left. Like the source is not here. He's here, but you're normally it would show both. And when you open up said character, you're like, what's going on here? Well, it's because Mixamo uses T pose and Unreal uses A pose. And to show you, this is A pose. See how the arms are down and an A. Like if you look at it, it's an A, kind of like an arrow. We'll say that arrow, but they call it A pose. Now, since it don't work in that sense, it's not working. This is what you have to do. You need to edit the bones. So we're going to do clavicle, both sides, It's three down. I think it's three down. I think it's four. Yeah, four down on each side. Then on the lower arm, we need to go in. Oh, no, not that. No, two, like that, on both arms. Why is this arm up so high? It's not perfect. You have to play with it to get it perfect. And then what you want to do is create pose asset, create a current pose. From create pose asset, create pose. And then save it to your file that you have your whatever, keep it organized. Hit OK. Now it'll do this. If you add, it'll put it in the pose that we're looking for. Go back to your skeleton. Go to the retarget down here where it says modify. I'm gonna click it. We're gonna add that pose and then click import. And it'll change. Now with us doing, get rid of this because that doesn't work. We are now gonna retarget our animation again. Same character. See how it's showing up now. It's because it now has a proper pose to our character. Get rid of that. Now, see how the shoulders are? They're like real, like, hey man, I'm stocky compared to this animation. See how the shoulders are more relaxed and ours are like stiff? It's because you have to move them out and stretch them out and adjust it a lot. You have to do a lot of adjustments. I'm pretty sure there's another way to do this, but this is the only way I could figure it out by doing it. Is by recreating a bow. It ain't bad, but that's the only way I can do it. Like a little bit of tweaking of the pose, and all you got to do is every time you like adjust the scale, like every time you do it, just create asset, create pose, current pose. Keep doing it until you get it perfect. Hope that helps.